What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Shoe Care Academy. I'm Vick Almighty, and today I'm going to show you guys the best way to clean up these Union Jordan 1 Shadow Chicagos. Now, these belong to the homie Nick Wilson. He's been wearing them since they came out. During that time, he's been beating them up every single day. He sent them in to get them cleaned up, but honestly, for video purposes, they were still not dirty enough. So Reese took them outside a couple days ago to get them covered in grime and dirt to get them to this point. They look a lot worse than they really are. A lot of this stuff's gonna come out pretty easy. The real trick is getting the white stitching on the white leather and the soles back to brand new. In this video, I'm gonna show you guys how to do so using Rejuvenator products. Let's get to it. First things first, I'm gonna put the left shoe to the side to focus only on the right for before and after purposes. I'm gonna take out the shoelace and insole to clean those up separately. Alright, so I got the shoelace and the insole out. Not only do I have to worry about the white leather and the white stitching on the sole, but same thing with the tongue. It's just covered in dirt all around. Insole and the shoelace, same exact thing. We're gonna have to spend some time getting the shoe all cleaned up. Now, normally I wouldn't put the shoe in the washing machine. I'm not going to. However, I am gonna be using the signature shoe cleaning kit to put the lace and the insole into the washing machine to get a good deep clean on both parts. Now, the reason why I'm not gonna be putting the shoe inside the washing machine, in my opinion, it's overkill. A lot of this stuff is just sitting on the surface. I feel like if I spend my time with the prep work and during the cleaning, I could get this all cleaned up. If this shoe was 10 times worse and a lot more beat, I would put it in the washing machine. My only concern is the red leather bleeding or the black material on the collars bleeding as well. However, during this cleaning, I'm gonna find out if those parts truly bleed or not. Now, like I mentioned, I am gonna be using our Rejuvenator Signature Shoe Cleaning Kit to do this cleaning perfectly. That comes with all 3 brushes, soft, medium, and stiff, 4-ounce bottle of solution, 2 shoe trees. I only need 1 though for this cleaning, a towel, and our laundry bag. Now, a couple extra things I need for this cleaning as well is our dry rack and bowl combo, the mat to keep everything nice and clean on the table, and some detergent pods to complete the cleaning on the lace and the insole. Now, before I start cleaning up the shoe with water and solution, the very first thing you wanna do with any cleaning, especially a shoe like this that's covered in dry dirt and mud, you wanna do a lot of dry brushing. You wanna get rid of as much of this dirt off the sneaker as possible. If you don't, you're just gonna be creating a big mess with the water, solution, and the dirt. You're also gonna be pushing the dirt and grime deeper into the material. So I'm gonna grab my Soft Bristle Brush, go outside and do a lot of dry brushing. After that, I'm gonna go to the compressor and finish the job. If you guys don't have a compressor at home, don't worry about it. The dry brushing could also do the trick. I could have easily done this step inside the studio, but guess who vacuums inside there? Me. I'm not doing that today. I'm gonna bang it against the wall. All right, so far so good. The shoe's looking a lot better. Insole is almost there. We got the majority of the gunk off the sneaker. However, there's still a lot of dirt trapped inside the edges of the leather. There's also a lot of dirt and mud inside the stitching. So what I'm gonna do is grab this brush right here. It's a little more detailed brush with stiffer bristles. I'm just gonna get in there and do some more scrubbing. Just by dry brushing using both brushes, it made a world of a difference. Now, one thing I'm noticing on the toe box, every single hole, there's a lot of trapped inside dirt. I'm gonna grab a pick it all out before I use the compressor. As always, you guys, prep is super important. Just by doing those 2 steps, this shoe looks a million times better. I would say about 80 or 90% of the grime came off completely just by dry brushing the sneaker. And again, the compressor isn't needed, but as you guys saw, when I put it inside the shoe, it was able to blow out all the dirt that was inside the holes. That's something you can't do without it. Keep that in mind. Now, before I get started with this cleaning, real quick, I'm gonna take this mat outside and dust it off. I don't wanna put any of this gunk back onto the shoe. Now I'm gonna grab the shoe tree, just as a size, so I can eliminate the creasing, and this is gonna help me apply pressure on the toe box during the cleaning as well. Perfect. Next, I'm gonna grab our solution, squirt 2 squirts inside our bowl of water. Just by looking at the shoe and how clean it looks, I'm pretty sure I'm only gonna be using the soft bristle brush and the stiff bristle brush. Soft bristle brush for the uppers and the inside of the sneaker, and the stiff bristle brush for the soles. I'm gonna start off by using the soft bristle brush to take care of the uppers. It's a good sign. I don't see any bleeding from the red or the black from the check. So you can see on the towel or the brush, no dye. That's a good sign. All right, so far so good, you guys. This cleaning is looking pretty good. As I go, I'm patting it down dry so I don't make a mess during this process. Another fear I had was the collar area bleeding. Once again, it's not bleeding at all. Honestly, just by looking at it a lot closer, it's not even suede. This is a microfiber towel. Typically, this stuff never bleeds. However, over time, it will get really shaggy if you do a lot of brushing. I'm almost done with the cleaning on these uppers. Originally, I said I was not gonna be using the medium bristle brush. I am gonna be using it, however, just in the stitching alone. Right here, there's some white stitching, a little bit more in this area as well, on both sides. I'm gonna spend a lot of time scrubbing those areas to get the stitching as white as possible. The one thing I still need to do is use a soft bristle brush on the tongues. So you can see on the front and on the back, covered in grime and stains. I'm gonna do my best to get this as clean as possible. I'm gonna scrub in a circular motion and pat dry it as I go. All done with the tongue. Soft bristle brush did a great job on the front and on the back. Now let's move on to the medium bristle. The stitching is looking a lot whiter thanks to all the scrubbing I'm doing. One thing I do want to point out though, with Union Jordan 1s in general, the yellow painted edges tend to fade away over time due to wear and tear, or if you do a lot of scrubbing on the shoe during the cleaning. I can tell right here on the swoosh that the yellow paint is barely starting to crack off. That's because I've been doing a lot of scrubbing, so keep that in mind when you're cleaning up these shoes. Uppers are good to go. Once they're dry, they're gonna look brand new. Last brush I gotta use though is a stiff bristle brush to get the midsole and the sole back to brand new. Typically when it comes to our brushes, we always say to let the brush do the work. However, when it comes to the stiff bristle brush, in my opinion, the more pressure you apply, the cleaner results you're gonna get every time. All right guys, I'm pretty much done with the cleaning of this shoe. Overall, it's pretty soaked. I did saturate the uppers and the soles. Before I go outside and let the shoe air dry, I'm gonna go back to the compressor one more time to blow off as much of the water and soap that's trapped inside the shoe. This is gonna help the shoe dry a lot faster. A lot of the times when you're working on a shoe that contains a white tongue like this, that's oversaturated, sometimes it dries weird with yellow marks all around. It's best to get it as dry as possible before you let it air dry. It's raining. It never rains in Arizona. That's all good. We'll just put these next to a fan and let them air dry. Let's get back to the insole and the shoelace. Honestly, I love easy cleans. Let's wrap it up by cleaning up the insole and the shoelace. The insole, I'm just gonna be using the soft bristle brush, give it a good scrub. And the shoelace, I'm just gonna be using the leftover water and solution, give it a good scrub before we put it in the washer. Just by looking at the shoelace, the cream part is pretty dirty. Just what I'm doing is not gonna be enough. I'm gonna grab the soft bristle brush and give it a good brush as well. All right guys, all that's left to do is put these two things inside the laundry bag, put them in the washing machine to wrap it up. I wouldn't just clean up the insole and the lace by itself in the washing machine. That's a big waste of water. So make sure to do this with a bunch of other clothes or something else inside the wash. Can't forget one of these. Laundry pod. Best in the game. Best in the game. Best in the game. All right guys, I got the shoe all dried and cleaned up. Honestly, when it comes to this sneaker, there's no issues at all. The sneaker cleaned up nicely overall. That's thanks to all the prep work I did before I started cleaning up the shoe with solution. During the cleaning itself, I took my time to make sure I hit every single spot on the sneaker. When doing so, take your time. The last thing you want to do is have to re-clean the sneaker, take all your tools out, re-wet the shoe, let it dry. It's just a lot of work. Take your time during the cleaning and you should get results just like this. All that's left to do is to put the insole and the lace back inside. But there's one quick thing I want to do. Nick does have a dog. I can tell all over the sock liner, there's hair sticking out. Just gonna grab a tweezer and just pluck them out. All right, good to go. This only took me 30 seconds and it makes a difference with the sock liner. Real quick, check out that insole. Pre-treatment and the washing machine did its thing. All right guys, that's gonna bring us to an end on this full cleaning on these Union Jordan 1s. Overall, pretty straightforward cleaning, no issues at all. There was no bleeding at all from the red leather or the black material. Nowadays, it's pretty scary cleaning up Jordan 1s with red leather. Most of the time, they bleed. In this case, we have no issues at all. Now, as you can see, the before was completely trashed all around, covered in gunk and dirt. If I didn't spend so much time on the pre-treatment, there's no way I would have gotten results like this. If I would have just grabbed the solution and water and started scrubbing as is, it would have created a big mess, and a lot of the white stitching would have still been dingy. A lot of that mud would have been trapped inside the sneaker. So when you're doing any type of cleaning, spend time on the prep work, just dry brush the sneaker. If you guys have a compressor, make sure to use it. It also makes a big difference. However, I understand most people don't own one. Take your time with the soft bristle brush or medium bristle brush during the dry brush process. It'll make a big difference. Now for this cleaning, I do recommend using our Rejuvenator Signature Shoe Cleaning Kit, especially because you have a white insole and white laces. It's best to put them in the washing machine. As far as the rest of the sneaker goes, you can get away with using our brushes and solution to get the cleaning done right. However, in the case that it's extremely beat up, you can put them in the washing machine. Like I mentioned, none of the materials bleed. The only concern I would have is the yellow painted edges. Over time, it can fade off. As always, you can find our products at rejuvenator.com. Use promo code UNION20 to save 20%. But that code is only good for the first 20 orders, so act fast. This is Vick Almighty. I'll catch you guys on the next one. See you guys.